So it can be any character apart from 0, 1, 2. The next regular expression which we're gonna see is hyphen. So I've explained about hyphen earlier in square brackets, which is used to define the range. For example, in 1960, for recognizing the any year in 1960s, we'll use 196, and in the bracket we'll give the range as 0 to 9. So whenever QTP identify any year in 1960s, it will click on that object. And the last commonly used regular expression is asterisk. So an asterisk instructs QTP to match 0 or more occurrences of the preceding character. Now for example, suppose I am writing dog and asterisk. So what QTP will do is it will match any text having a single dog, okay, or even do in that case. So as you can see, QTP will can match any of this text. So what asterisk does is 0 or more occurrences of any of the preceding character. Okay, so it can be anywhere in the text. So if this is the case, then we can have DG 0 occurrence of O, or dog, or DOOG, or DOOG. So this is the application of asterisk. So what we had seen is a few of the commonly used regular expressions, and it's not necessary that we use only single regular expression. We can use a combination of regular expressions to achieve our goal. Let's see some examples where we can use a combination of regular expressions. Now for example, I want to match a text which is having, suppose, start, started, starter, starting. Okay, so as you can see that a star is repeating in all of them. However, the next character start is repeating in all of them. However, the next character E, it could be I. So there is no particular sequence to this. So what I can do is I can just hardcode start, and after this I can use the combination of regular expression. Now here, as you can see, there is no definite. There can be 0 or more occurrence of characters. So for that I'll use asterisk. But what asterisk does is it will consider 0 or more occurrence of T. So it will take the cases start, 0 occurrence of T, star, start, 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 triple T. So this is not this fails our goal. So what we can do is, instead of putting asterisk after T, we'll put asterisk after period. Now the good thing about period is it doesn't define a particular character. So it means 0 or more occurrence of any character. So as you can see, there is no particular pattern in which the characters are repeating. So 0 or more occurrence of any character after T. So this helps in so a combination of period and asterisk helps us in achieving a goal. So for start, for example, now this asterisk will match the 0 occurrence of any character. So there is no occurrence of any character, so we can just literally take start. So it matches this. For second, started, you'll see that asterisk will match 0 or more occurrence, so 2 occurrences of any character. So it could be E, it could be D, any character. So 2 occurrences of that. So same is for this case, and in this case 3 occurrences of any character. Now another example is, suppose I want to match no number and a period after that. Now suppose the inner text is number period. QTP will consider this as regular expression. So I'll put a backslash saying QTP that this is not a regular expression, it's a normal period, literal value of period. Therefore, while matching, QTP will take NO and literal value of period. But if we this is how we define to find NO period. But if we want to find N, NO, N, ho ho, N ho ho ho. So if we want QTP to identify any of these objects, we can remove the backslash, or also N D E N B R 9. So there's no particular pattern of the characters after N. So we can, instead of this, we can use no and asterisk, which means 0 or more occurrence of any character. 0 or more occurrence of any character preceding asterisk, that is period, which can be replace any character. So this period will be considered as a wild card in this case, okay, because we have not mentioned the backslash. So this was about using regular expression in our script. There's also option of using regular expression in data table. As you can see, when we click on constant, it is for using regular expression in a script. When we click on parameter, we have an option of data table, environment, random number. So now we can use regular expressions over here. Data table we have not touched till now, so I won't be explaining you how to use regular expression over here. But once you understand the concept of data table, you will automatically understand how to use regular expression for data table, because it's in similar lines with how we use it in script. Environment variables we had seen, and even for environment variable it is in similar manner, so I don't have to explain you. So whenever you define environment variable could be anything. The value, what matters is the value. So when you click on regular expression, so it will say you want to add backslash to treat it literally. No, so everything is similar. So instead of using a variable in the property of the object in the script, we can also use regular expression for variables, for environment variables, for data table variables, and for random numbers. I'll explain you what is random number in further chapter, which deals with parameterizing the scripts. So like for data table, we have not touched random number, so you won't be aware about how to use it now, use the regular expressions now. But once you understand the concept of data table and random number, you'll automatically understand how to apply regular expression in them. So I don't have to explain about this. So this was about regular expressions. As I said earlier, you can use a singular regular expression or a combination of it to achieve your goal of identifying the objects with varying values. So what I explained was few of the regular expressions, and there are a lot many which can be used, and uh, there's a mix match of combination of either of them, and you can achieve your goal. You can check out in web for other regular expressions apart from the examples which I had shown you. So we move on to our next topic now, that is parameterization in QTP. As I said, data table and random numbers, both these concepts will be covered in parameterization in QTP. So we had seen data tables, we had come across it in our earlier chapters as well a lot of times, but till now um, I didn't introduce you to this concept because I'll be taking a separate chapter in this. That is, it is covered in parameterization in QTP, so I was waiting for this. And secondly, random number, which was just recently I defined about it in regular expression. Even this is covered in parameterization in QTP. So let's see what are the different ways of parameterizing this. Parameterizing in QTP. Test action parameters, data table parameters, environment variable parameters, and random number parameters.